So Lidl have brought out some brand new items again. So we have the Eton mess donut. It looks really good. So in this video, the prices of everything is going to go up in this corner there. So let's take a bite. That tastes really good. So as you bite into the dough's got a little bit of a bite because of the outside, but it's super soft on the inside. The icing is like a nice thickness. It's not too claggy in your mouth, but it's there. The strawberry smacks you in the face immediately. It's got like dried strawberry pieces, meringue pieces on the top, so you get a little bit of crunch. I would like more meringue pieces for more crunch than what you get. That is a little bit stingy, but the flavour that you do get is nice. And then I'm going to pull it apart to see if there's any filling on the inside. So as you can see, there isn't actually filling on the inside, it's just what's on the top. But we're going to take a bite from the middle bit so we can get the strawberry and the cream together. The cream is nice, it's light, it's fluffy, obviously it's got the cream texture. It isn't too heavy, which is really, really tasty. The strawberry is a good flavour. I would definitely just like more meringue pieces, but in general, it's pretty tasty donut. I think if I had filling of strawberry jam with some cream as well, or something along the lines of that, it would be better because obviously it is a lot of dough and you just got icing on the top. I do feel like donuts like this do need a filling. But that aside, flavours are tasty. I would give this a solid 7 out of 10. I like the strawberry, I just want more meringue pieces and filling. So up next we have this pistachio chocolate slice. I haven't tried anything pistachio since this craze has started that I can think of. So I'm hoping I'm gonna like this. I don't even know if I like pistachio. Let's try. That isn't massively for me. I don't think I'm into this pistachio craze, which I didn't think that I would be, which is why I didn't try it. As you bite into it, you get the chocolate, you get the biscuit, you get like what I presume might be like a brownie slash biscuity slice, because it doesn't taste like a brownie. It doesn't have the consistency of a brownie. But right at the end, it kind of does. The texture is not nice. It's very gritty, it's very grainy. It tastes a lot like sand, the texture in your mouth. And then you get the chocolate that comes through originally, which was nice. Then the more I chewed it, the more of the pistachio-y flavour I was getting. It just tastes a little bit like off, like nut to me. I'm not massively keen on that. The flavour's pretty grim for me. I don't want to have off nut with like cheap tasting chocolate, which is what this is. It tastes really cheap chocolate. In general, it's not that great. The biscuit bits I quite like, but outside of that, none of this is that good. Wouldn't recommend wasting your time with this one. But if you like pistachio, you might like it. But for me, it just tastes like it's a bit off. I don't like that. I'm gonna give that a 2 out of 10. The biscuit saved it. So up next is the Neapolitan cake. I think that's how you pronounce it. Obviously they do that in ice cream, but now put it in a cake with a chocolate icing. But it is a very flat cake. The flavours aren't crazy, but what you get is nice. So the chocolate on top has got a good chocolate flavour, there's icing in. However, it does taste like fake chocolate again. The sponge is super soft, it just melts in your mouth, which is really nice. However, I'm not getting a lot of flavours of vanilla and strawberry from this, which is what you expect to get. It just tastes like sponge, like regular, normal sponge, sort of like, you know, school cake sponge. It tastes like that with chocolate icing on. So that isn't bad at all, but if you're getting this from the one of like vanilla and strawberry, you're not gonna get that. But as a cake, if it had no like name to it and just a cake, I would really like this. But because it does have that Neapolitan cake name, I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10 without the vanilla and the strawberry. But the cake itself is actually good. So I finally managed to get the Rolo muffin. I am so excited about this because I got the Munchies one, but the Rolo one was never there. Finally got it today. Let's do the zoom in, let's try this. I think this is gonna be good. So let's do the bite. It it is slightly dry. The caramel icing on the top is my absolute favourite. It's so strong of caramel, and it's quite a thick like buttercream as well, which I really, really like. We're going to open this up and see if there's any caramel on the inside. As you can see, there is a little bit of caramel, so we're going to take a bite of that. Yeah, that's lovely. It's runny, it's caramelly, it's chocolatey. It feels quite indulgent as you eat it, which is nice and which is what you really want. I will say though that the muffin is ever so slightly dry on the bottom. The top half is absolutely great. The bottom half is a little bit dry. The caramel sauce on the inside obviously does help with that, but it is still dry with that. The flavour though of the buttercream and icing on the top just absolutely sells this. Like, it's so, so nice. If the muffin was softer, it would get obviously higher up, but the flavour for me is really good and I do really, really enjoy this. I would give this a solid 7.8 out of 10. It's just the dryness of the muffin lets it down. So that is the end of the Lidl bakery. However, today made cookies from scratch from the very first time. I found a recipe on TikTok and the cookies at the end looked insane. So I thought, oh, let's give that a go. However, it's in America, so it's in cups. Tried to do the translation over and it didn't seem like a lot of butter once I browned it in the pan. So I thought I needed more. So I added more butter thinking that I did the measurements incorrectly. It turns out I actually did do them correctly and I shouldn't have doubted myself because I ended up putting too much butter in it. So they are very rich. However, considering they're my first attempt, I'll show you a video and some pictures as I speak. They've actually turned out okay. They're not circular whatsoever because I made them absolutely massive. I think you meant to do like small little tiny ones, but I made them into quite big cookies instead, so they're just like all kind of mushed together. I tried using the cup and swizzing it around, but that just did not work, so I just left it as it is. But it's pretty decent for a first attempt, I think. It's slightly chewy and crunchy on the outside. It's super soft bake on the inside. Melty chocolate. The only thing is it is very rich. By far they're not like done, they're not perfect. I need to practice loads more. I think I need a little bit more vanilla as well because you can't taste vanilla as much as I would like, but obviously it's the first time, so I want to try and follow this recipe by the book because I really want to be able to perfect the perfect cookie. You guys know how I feel about them. I'm going to quickly show you one on the camera now. I have eaten one whole cookie so far. I made 9. So by the end of it, it is slightly rich because of the butter, but in general, I really like this. I'm going to happily eat these, so not too bad for our first attempt. Let me get one. So they are chunky cookies, but as you can see, they're super soft bake. I've put loads of chocolate chips in because that's what I like. It's probably slightly a bit more cooked on the edges than what typically I would go for, but the softest, this inside is still so soft. This is the bottom. For our first attempt, I don't think that is that bad. So it would be rude not to have a bite of the cookie on camera. I've used predominantly dark chocolate, but a little bit of milk chocolate as well, so you've got the contrast of like rich and sweet. Yeah, I like it. But at the end of the Lidl bakery videos going forward, after the next time I make them, I'll record them and put it on the end of the next Lidl bakery if I make them again in sometime soon. And I'll keep you guys up to date with the cookie because I'm so desperately wanting to make the best chocolate chip cookies, so I know I can just make them. I'm really, really hopeful that soon, by the end of the year is my aim, by the end of the year I want to be able to perfect the best homemade chocolate chip cookie. But that is the end of the video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Take care, stay safe, see you guys in the next one. Bye.